Or on the latest sentence that Murdoch faces. Let's bring in the criminal defense attorney, Imran Ansari. Let me start with that point that Brian's making at the end. That is kind of interesting. I don't know if, just regular people think about it all the time, but you have an appeal. It's not out of the question that maybe he wins that appeal, but now 40 more years, right?
No, absolutely. And, this is part of a negotiated plea deal. Of course, the judge sentencing it, Alex Murdaugh, above what the prosecution was asking. But, the appeal, if the appeal is successful and the state conviction for the murders is overturned, then, that case isn't going away. Most likely it would be a retrial. I don't think the prosecution would walk away from that case on a retrial. And then, of course, he would then be sent to federal custody for the 40 years to run concurrently to also a 27-year sentence that he took on a state case for those financial crimes. So he still has a lot of legal woes, even if somehow he is successful on that appeal.
Right. Now, so in this particular sentencing, to your point, we were talking about with Brian as well, you go over the guidelines. If you're the judge, you go 40. Didn't have to go that far, obviously, but the failed polygraph had to, is that, in your view, what had a lot to do with it?
The failed polygraph could be one factor, but also what the judge made in his comments at sentencing was sort of the reprehensible nature of the crime. He was preying on the most vulnerable people who were part of personal injury cases, who were injured, the family members of those in wrongful death actions. So you really saw the judge looking at the nature of the crimes and also the victims of the crimes in factoring in that he would go above what the prosecution was asking for and sentence him to 40 years.
What about those victims and all the money, that they presumably lost in all of this, millions and millions of dollars?
Yeah, so Alex Murdaugh, part of this plea deal is also to provide restitution to those victims. So there's a few $1 million in restitution that he was also sentenced to. His financial state right now may not be the best, but of course that is part of that plea deal. And perhaps there's going to be some monetary compensation for those victims.
Right. So perhaps, because to your point, we don't know, I guess, for sure, but if his finances are in rough shape, then they're kind of out of luck here, right? Or maybe there's some property or something like that, or...
Absolutely. So, there's ways to execute a judgment, right? There is a judgment or part of this plea deal for restitution. I'm sure these assets of Alex Murdaugh would be liquidated, and that would be some way to get some financial compensation to those victims, other than the justice that they are seeing right now with this 40-year sentence.
All right, Imran Ansari, thank you very much for that. Alex Murdaugh, still in the news, 40 more years. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.